Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa McAllister, and you're listening to The Melissa Made Show. Now, for decades, I've dedicated myself to helping women break the cycle of dieting, navigate through all the fads, and change their lives through my nutrition coaching. Now, each week, I'm going to talk about everything from deep nutrition, mindset, self-care, the ideal workout routine, tips on how and why to implement intermittent fasting in your life, my favorite recipes that are not only crowd pleasers, but they're actually healthy for you, and so much more. Now, with small and consistent changes, you can defy aging while living a happier, healthier, and more heart-filled life. I'm so excited to show you it's possible with the right strategies that are so simple to adopt. Welcome to the Melissa Made Show. So I know I've been giving you some really meaty podcasts lately. My guests have just been phenomenal. And what I love about them most is they're so conversational. And so we just dig into so many topics, which makes them very lengthy. And I don't always want that for you. I want you to have every once in a while just really quick clips. So that's what I intend to do today. I just want to kind of give you some, no science, no digging deep into anything, just a little bit of information and motivation and inspiration to help you on your way, especially if you use this while you're driving or in the car, or you are walking. Gives you the opportunity to have just something nice and short. So you guys know I'm acronym queen. I went through all of school, middle school, high school, college with acronyms. I would create acronyms to help me remember things. So I don't necessarily have an acronym for you today, but I do have a letter. I should have wrote for Sesame Street, I think. But we're going to use the letter D today because I want you to remember 5 words that start with the letter D to help you make a profound change in your life. Okay. Because that's what we're after. Even to this day, I'm constantly wanting to learn something new, do something better, create something bold, get out of my comfort zone. I will be that way for the rest of my life. And I hope you're that way as well. So I have these 5 Ds and each one stands for something. And so hopefully we can just rifle through this and this will be something that sticks with you. If you're busy and you can't write it down, try to remember, keep saying them in your head. And when you can, maybe on your phone or on a piece of paper, write these 5 words down and then what each one kind of means to you. Now, the first word is desire. You have to have a real desire to want to make change. You've heard of the howling dog story, right? Where a young man was walking down the street and he looks on the porch and he sees an old man sitting on his porch with a dog next to him just howling. And the young man's like, "What's wrong with your dog?" And he says, "Oh, he's sitting on a nail." And the young man's like, "Well, why doesn't he move?" And he says, "Well, he's just not uncomfortable enough." And that's a big deal, right? You may have, a slight desire to want to make a change. And normally that's not enough. So either you've got to be greatly inspired or it's got to come out of desperation. And I hope that it comes from inspiration and not desperation, that something has happened to where, let's just use your health. For instance, you really want to, improve your health. I want you to be inspired to do that as opposed to, you getting frightening news or something to now you're desperate to have to change your health. I just want that, and that's what this podcast is about, is just giving you the tools to go, okay, I have everything I need. I have, mindset wise, I'm really ready to make a big change. And it starts, the first D is desire. All right. So the second one is the decision. Okay. There's a difference between having the desire to do something because it just kind of lingers in your mind. But then you're just like, okay, I'm uncomfortable enough. I have been incredibly inspired, or I am desperate and I am making that decision. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this happen. When I work with my clients, one of the questions I have is, seriously, how committed are you? Are you, on a scale from 1 to 10, are you at a 10? Are you ready to do whatever it takes to get there? And I truly want an honest answer. And sometimes I will get that 10, but then I will look and they will tell me, one of their biggest drawbacks is they don't see results fast enough. And I'm like, are you really dedicated? Are you really a 10, even if the results are going to take a while? Are you prepared for that? And so we have to have those hard talks every once in a while, but you make that decision. And when you make that decision, I really want you to detail it out. Okay. Exactly. What are you hoping to accomplish? What time frame are you giving yourself to reach this big goal? Can you cut it into smaller goals? Say for instance, you want to lose 10% body fat. I just had today, I interviewed my good friend, Mike Karpenko, and he talked a lot about, body fat and working on lowering that body fat at small increments instead of going from 40%, like he says, to trying to get down to 14%. Oh, that's overwhelming. And what you do to go from 40 to 35 or 30% will be different than what you do to go from 20% down to 14%. So you've got to really detail that out, every aspect of it when it comes to, if it's a health goal. Exercise. What are you going to do for exercise, for movement? What are you going to do to implement a diet? So when you have that decision, you've got to detail it out, time frame, chunk it down into smaller things, and just see it black and white in front of your face. This is what I want to do. And these are the details that I need in order to make this decision a reality. All right. The third one is discipline. Discipline is just kind of thrown around. And when I'm saying discipline every day. It's kind of like consistency is like long period of time. I'm talking discipline just every hour of the day. Okay. Again, when I work with my clients, a lot of times they will talk about how they will eat a meal and they don't feel satisfied, even though they should, or they just have this ravenous sweet tooth when they're really not hungry and they don't know how to overcome that. It's that tiny little decision at that moment. Okay. So I always tell them, go outside, walk around your house, walk around the block, do something that takes you out of where you're at. Maybe you're standing in the kitchen. Maybe you're in a place where, you always feel hungry because this is where you always snack. Could be in front of your computer, but you got to remove yourself from that and give yourself 10 minutes, just 10 minutes to let your mind go somewhere else, to let the food that you have digest. That's discipline. Okay. And that, believe it or not, works really, really well in keeping you from, having the seconds when you don't want them, you don't need them, or, going for something sweet when you're truly satisfied. It's just that need for that sweet and you want to break that habit. So having the discipline, think every hour of the day. Okay. I'm not telling you this ginormous, you've got to be perfect. And, your workouts have to be 45 minutes and you got to be sweating buckets. And then you got to walk 12,000 steps a day and your diet has to be absolutely perfect. You weigh everything. No, that's insanity. Just decision, meaning the small little things, when you're tried, and you've got these moments of, this is usually where I fail. This is usually where I undo a lot of the good that I did, to really just hunker down and be disciplined in that moment. And every time that you have that disciplined moment, you're going to turn around 5 times and you're going to have that sense of, oh, gosh, I feel better. Oh my gosh, my clothes are a little bit looser. And then you feel that discipline muscle strengthen because you're really starting to see results. But it really just comes down to little tiny moments in the day where you feel disciplined by allowing yourself the time to go, what do I really want? Do I want this right now? Do I want to not have this, be disciplined, change my habits, and reach my goal? 8-hour abs. That sounds like a dream, right? What if I told you could work on those abs while you dream? It's not too good to be true, I promise. It's something I discovered almost accidentally that gives you incredible results with minimal effort. The idea behind this is actually in what you're not doing. By giving your digestion time to rest, you allow your body to tap into its fat stores. hence working on that six pack while you sleep. All you have to do is eat within an 8-hour window and leave the rest up to your body. I wrote the 8-Hour Abs Diet back in 2014 to help people learn about the importance of meal timing. Intermittent fasting has been a huge part in helping me stay in the shape that I am. For me, intermittent fasting means eating in an 8-hour window, and I'll give you my insight on it in this free ebook. With proper meal timing, you will not only look better, but you're going to feel better too. So learn more by visiting melissamadeonline.com/ebooks and get your free copy of the 8-Hour Abs Diet today. The fourth one is drive. So we've got desire, decision, discipline, now drive. So literally, when you think drive like a car, what is your fuel? So for me, it's totally education. And I like to share that with you guys. But could it be education that you've decided, okay, in order for me to keep that desire in front of my face, because I am inspired or because I am, desperate, the inspiration could come from all sorts of things. It could come from a community. You find yourself a community or a friend that is going to have the same goals as you, and you guys really work together to reach those goals. It could be that you're using education, that you read books, you listen to podcasts. Hey, like this one. You listen to podcasts, you listen to TED Talks, whatever it is. You have a friend that is educated in this sort of thing, that maybe sends you a text every day. Scripture. My mom used the Bible to help her quit smoking way back in the day. You could hire a trainer. You could have a mentor that helps fuel that drive for you, but you need something that keeps you excited about what you want to achieve. Because if you don't keep that excitement in front of you, then the things that deter you, there's another D word, the things that deter you will really win the battle. And so it could be a picture of you when you felt your best. It could be a picture of your fit grandma that you want to be. You want to be just like your grandmother and super fit and being able to roll around on the floor with her great grandchildren. We, in my family, believe it or not, we had a 5-generational picture at some point, and she was called, we called her the funny mama. Is that Southern or is that Southern? The funny mama. She was obviously my grandmother's mom, and she was hilarious and so spry, I guess is the word you would use, just ridiculous. And my sister had Kendra, my niece. And so we were able to have that 5-generation picture. How cool is that, right? That is something that'll fuel you, because how would you like to hold your great grandson or your great granddaughter and be able to play and cook and enjoy that child? So that's, to me, that's huge drive. And you need that in front of your face all the time. And a combination of all of these things would be wonderful as well. And then the last one is dedication. And for me, dedication also means patience. You have to understand another thing that I really try to instill in my clients is, even if you don't necessarily see your efforts on the outside, which is really where we really want to see it. Let's just be honest. We'd love to have thicker, fuller hair. We'd love to have clear skin. We'd love to have muscle tone, to be able to fit in, I don't know what, size 6, size 8, size 10 clothes. We really want that every single day that you decide to fuel your body with good food. You decide to stay more active than you are sedentary is a huge thing for your health. Your insides are changing dramatically, from your heart and your lungs and your muscles and your visceral fat to your gut health. All of it, every single day that you choose to make better choices, your insides are just cleaning themselves out, and you are slowing down, if not stalling, the aging process. And over time, you're going to see it on the outside. But I really want you to be dedicated to finding that desire, putting yourself into the place of, I'm doing this, There's no ends. I'm not starting and stopping again. This is it. This is the line in the concrete, not the sand, that I'm doing this. And you have that small daily decision, and you won't be perfect, but say you are hit with 10 of these choices in a day, and 7 out of those 10, you use your discipline. It's freaking fantastic. That's fantastic. When normally those 10 things, you're not making the better choice. But now you're already at 7 out of 10, and eventually maybe you'll get to 8 or 9 out of 10. Nobody wants you to be perfect, but how profound is that? Those little tiny decisions, which there could be more than 10. I mean, can you imagine really how many decisions you make to, walk a little bit more, or to, there's times that I'm guilty of this. I'll look down and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I really don't want to bend down and pick that up. That's a decision. It's really good for you to bend down and pick that up, as opposed to just walking by it. So many decisions we have to make versus, this, do I want to stay comfortable, or I want to be a little bit uncomfortable and accomplish something? Okay. And then that drive, all of those things that are just hitting you in that positive way, reading books, watching documentaries. There's just so many things that you can do that, however you learn, I would encourage you to find different ways to learn how to take care of yourself, why you should take care of yourself. That's a huge one for me, and 100% probably why I drive my husband nuts, because I am so educated on how important it is to take care of yourself that he hears about it all the time. And then that dedication, okay, the dedication to give yourself grace to do it a long time, knowing that it's really starting on the inside. You can't see your insides. And there might be a lot of repair that needs to happen in there in order for you to really start to see it on the outside. Okay. But every single decision that you make, every single day that you're dedicated, you are improving your vessel, right? Your house, where you live, the only place you will live while you're alive, you are improving it every single day. I mean, it's kind of silly, but if you think about when you're remodeling a house, sure, you can put the paint on, you can put a couple bushes out there, put a wind chime up, all that cool stuff. But imagine if you actually really went into the guts of the house and you changed the leaky pipes, and you, gave yourself a new heater and air conditioning unit so the temperature stays great. You made sure that there was no mold, there were no, I want to say ticks, termites. That's so much more important. Once you get that all taken care of and you've got a solid house, then you can slap the paint on, then you can add some bushes and add some pretty stuff, some trees and stuff like that. But this is what we're talking about here. So again, are you saying it in your head? I want you to have first and foremost the desire somewhere, somehow. Find the inspiration. Hopefully it's not the desperation, but it's usually those two things that give people the desire to make a change. Okay. So aim toward the inspiration so it doesn't happen when desperation comes. Make that clear-cut decision and detail it out. Know exactly what you want. Give yourself a time frame, pretty tight time frame, but don't give it a day. And know that that time frame is for you to hit the goal. You miss it, it's okay. And also know that there really is no deadline to stopping what you're doing, just a deadline to reach the goal. If it's a weight loss or fat loss or habit building, activity goal, healthy eating goal, low sugar, high fiber goal, whatever it is. Okay. Detail it out. Stay disciplined by trying to make as many of those small decisions positive for you, as opposed to that instant gratification. You're going for the delayed gratification, and find ways that you're able to do that. Leave the situation, phone a friend, find something that keeps you focused on your goal. Drive. Okay. Your drive is so, so important. And then of course that dedication to do it long term. Okay. So there you go. I hope that was helpful. Those 5 Ds, a couple of Ds hidden in there. It's really all it takes. Okay. Don't try to go after something blindly, like waking up and just saying, okay, I'm going to eat less sugar. No, put these 5 words down, put them down how they mean to you, and put them on your phone. I think it's really important to have your lists of things, to have those 5Ds on your screensaver and look at them and stay in those 5Ds, and let me know how it goes for you. And I hope this was helpful. I appreciate you guys so much, as always. And have yourself a great day. Wake up feeling prepared, go to bed feeling proud. Wow, we've reached the end. But before I leave you, I'd love to hear from you. After all, it's not every day that someone reaches out and asks for your opinion. And to me, your opinion does matter. So please share this episode with anyone that you think needs to hear this message. And remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. My name is Melissa McAllister. And until next time, thank you for being your own health advocate.